Recording in progress.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
So we are going to start today. Today we will discuss on different common diseases of sheep and goat. Common diseases means the diseases of whose prevalence is higher in the locality, that means in the subtropics in our environmental condition, and we will talk about the health management of sheep and goat. That means how will we prevent our flock of sheep or goat from those diseases. And this is what is the aim of this topic, is that we need to know about the diseases that are common to our sheep and goat, and the way we can prevent those disease causing organisms to enter inside the body of our animals. Okay. So without spending much more words, we are heading towards the first disease that is going to be discussed, and that is the pneumonia. And as you know, pneumonia is one of the greatest threat to the goat production system. So what is pneumonia? We know that pneumonia is a problem that relates with the problem of respiratory tract. Respiratory tract এর সাথে related একটা disease, which is pneumonia. Now, the organism that is responsible for causing the disease are many, and among them, the Pasteurella maltosida and Pasteurella hemolytica. These two are more frequently associated with the outbreak of acute pneumonia. Okay. So no one specific organism is responsible for causing the pneumonia in goat, out of all the organisms, those are responsible, the Pasteurella maltosida and Pasteurella hemolytica, these two are more frequently observed. And the symptoms associated with affected animals is that the animals will feel fever. That means the body temperature will rise up to 41 degrees Celsius. And there will be sign of dyspnea. And dyspnea means shortness of breath, and there will be some sound whenever they inhale the air. যখন বাতাস গ্রহণ করে শ্বাস প্রশ্বাস প্রক্রিয়ার মাধ্যমে there will be a sound. So this is what is the major sign of acute pneumonia. There will be fever, there will be shortness of breath, and there will be depression. That means the goat or the sheep will be dull in their activity. তারা অবসাদগ্রস্ত হয়ে থাকবে, they will be in depression. Anorexia is another symptom. That anorexia means the animal will reject the food or feed what you offer to them. So the Bangla meaning of anorexia is khuda monda. Khuda monda. That means they will lose their appetite. Inability to suckle. Inability to suckle. So the younger kids, they will be unable to suckle from their mother, and there will be nasal discharge, which is a common symptom, coughing, and respiratory distress. And as there is anorexia and other symptoms of diseases, the animal will gradually emaciate because the animal will reject the feed. So the animal will gradually emaciate, and the final observation is death. Okay, due to emaciation and other related problems. So these are the symptoms associated with pneumonia. Now, how to prevent the pneumonia? So the prevention for all the diseases are quite a lot same. What are the preventive measures for all the diseases? The preventive measure is that you have to make sure that your farm premises are clean and disinfected. Then the farm is dry enough, the bedding material is dry enough, or the floor is dry enough, and proper biosecurity is being maintained, and you don't allow any visitor to visit your farm. You don't allow wild birds to enter into your farm, and there is no disease carrying vectors present in your farm, etc. are the preventive measures. And what is the treatment for pneumonia? In case of early diagnosis, you can have the benefit of treatment. Early cases respond to antibiotic treatment. That means if the pneumonia goes to acute level, then the application of antibiotic is not that much effective. But at the earliest stage, if you can detect that there is symptoms of pneumonia, the use of antibiotic may respond a little bit higher. The antibiotics that are usually used are penicillin, amoxicillin, ampicillin, oxytetracycline, etc. So this is what about pneumonia we need to know. And I tried to put some picture of pneumonia, but as you can see, a lot of symptoms are being associated, and among them, many are also common to other diseases too. That's why the picture of pneumonia affected goat is not identical, easily identifiable না, সেজন্য আমি এখানে include করিনি. Infectious arthritis. So this is a viral disease, and this viral disease is also common in sheep and goat. The previous one, the pneumonia, this is a bacterial disease, right? These are the bacteria, Pasteurella maltosida, Pasteurella hemolytica. These are the bacteria, they are responsible. So this is a bacterial disease, the pneumonia, and as because this is a bacterial disease, that's why the antibiotic treatment works. এই জন্য কিন্তু antibiotic কাজ করে. And for the viral diseases, as we know, the antibiotic treatment doesn't work. In fact, there is no treatment for the viral diseases, but we go for antibiotic treatment so that there is no further secondary bacterial infection. So the infectious arthritis is a viral disease of goats caused by a lentivirus, a type C retrovirus. So there are some classification of viruses, and a class of virus known as lentivirus is responsible for the infectious arthritis in goat. Okay. So the example of another lentivirus that is associated with the disease known as AIDS in human. Human AIDS এর জন্য যে ভাইরাসটা দেয়, that is also the lentivirus. So the mode of transmission of this virus or of this disease, a diseaser mode of transmission ta ki? The mode of transmission is direct mode of transmission, means whenever one infected animal come in contact with one healthy animal, the healthy animal will be infected too. Healthy animal infected হয়ে যাবে. That is the close contact or direct contact between two individuals. That is the direct mode of transmission of diseases, through mouth, skin, open wounds, or via umbilicus. So the mode of transmission is direct, and it could happen through mouth, it could happen through skin, through open wounds of the body surface, or via umbilicus or navel also. Okay. So these are the mode of transmission, and the mode of transmission is direct. Okay, direct. মানে দুইটা animal, affected animal, healthy animal বা unaffected animal এর কাছাকাছি আসলে, then there is a chance of disease transmission. And there is no indirect mode of transmission for this disease. Infectious arthritis do not transmit by air or by any other materials like with feces. Feces এর মাধ্যমে, air এর মাধ্যমে।
ভেক্টর দিয়ে কি হইতে পারে?
কি
ভেক্টর দিয়ে
না, ভেক্টর দিয়ে হলে that is also a indirect mode of transmission. So not by the vector, not by the feces, not by the airborne or air, only through direct contact. Okay. Now the symptoms that are shown in case of infectious arthritis, swollen knees. That means the knee joints will be swollen up, স্ফীত হয়ে যাবে বা ফুলে যাবে. Lameness is observed. Pain if pressure is applied on affected joint. আমরা যদি affected joint এ pressure দিই, the gout will react. Joints involved are hock, knee, elbow, and stifle. These joints are more susceptible for infectious arthritis. Fever may be present. Animal prefers recumbence. Recumbence. So animals prefers recumbence as they do not want to stand by their feet. They want to stand by something. কিছুতে হেলান দিয়ে তারা দাঁড়াতে চায়. This is the symptom. Appetite affected with gradual deterioration. So the amount of feed consumption will be reduced. What are the prevention? The prevention are minimize infection by treating wounds, dressing. So the prevention is that whenever there is any affected or infected animal, you need to treat that animal's wounds by dressing. Hygienic management, especially in areas of confinement, and in the areas of confinement where the animal will stay for longer period, you have to maintain the hygienic management. So by treating the wounds of the affected animal, the other animal will be unable to come in contact with the wound of that animal. That means if we practice regular dressing, we will cover up the wounds. Then after dressing এর পরে we will cover up the wounds by using of bandage. Now because we will use the bandage, the other animal will not be able to come in contact with the wound of this animal. That's how they will be remain safe. But it is better to remove the affected animal, and after the wounds are recovered, then again reintroduce the animal into the flock. The control measure is treatment includes wide spectrum antibiotic and sulfur drugs for protection against secondary infection. Secondary infection যাতে না হয় বা ফার্দার ইনফেকশন না হয় সেজন্য আমরা অ্যান্টিবায়োটিক্স এবং সালফার ড্রাগস ব্যবহার করে থাকি. And this is a picture of infectious arthritis. As you can see, because of a lot of zooming, the quality has deteriorated. So as you can see, now you can zoom in your mobile phone. The goat is having a swallowed knee joint, and the close picture of the knee joint looks like this. There is a wound and a veterinarian is dressing the wound, and after dressing there is bandage. এখানে bandage দেওয়া আছে, bandage on the injury or in the wounded place, and this is how we need to dress the goat repeatedly. আমাদের repeatedly এটা করতে হবে, and then we can hope for the cure from this disease. The next one, the mastitis. So as we know, the mastitis is a bacterial disease, and it is most common in high yielding individuals, and we have learned the disease during discussion on dairy cattle. dairy cattle discussion সময় you have learned a disease that mastitis. So there are a lot of bacteria which are responsible for causing mastitis. Okay, but in case of sheep and goat, the bacteria who are more responsible are Streptococcus species and Staphylococcus species, as well as the Pasteurella species also, and coliforms also, such as Escherichia coli. Okay, so what are the organism responsible for mastitis? If there is any question, you have to write down the name. Streptococcus species, Staphylococcus species, Pasteurella species, and coliforms. So these are the disease causing organism. The exact type of bacteria that is causing the mastitis on your farm can only be determined by laboratory analysis. So there are some laboratory analyses by which we can detect the type of organism or the species of organism, and by doing those or by practicing those laboratory analysis, we can detect which type of bacteria is responsible for mastitis in your farm. The mode of transmission is both direct and indirect. That means we know what are the direct means. If the animals come in contact close, if their mouth come in contact close, or if the infected okay, so this is the direct. And in case of the indirect mode of transmission, the infected animal may come in contact with some surface or the floor, and that surface or floor will be contaminated, and the contaminated floor will be act as a source of the bacteria for infected animals, and the organism may be spread via vectors. Organism may be spread via the workers of your farm. Organism may spread via feces of the animal. So these are the indirect means of transmission. Now the symptoms are known to us because the disease mastitis is well known: hot, painful, and swollen udder. So the temperature of the udder will be little bit higher. The animal will feel pain if you touch the udder, and the udder will be swollen. May become red due to inflammation, later changing to dark reddish blue, indicating necrosis. As the udder is inflamming, হচ্ছে স্ফীত হয়ে যাচ্ছে, the color of udder may become reddish. It is usually creamy white, but it may become reddish and later changing to dark reddish blue. এবং পরবর্তীতে এটা আরো কালচে রেডিশ হয়ে যায়, কালচে রেডিশ or blackish reddish or dark reddish blue, indicating necrosis. So indicating the destruction of cells of the udder. Udder cell destruction হচ্ছে. Milk may be blood stained, may contain flakes or clots. Okay, so this is more easily visible symptoms of mastitis, that if we if we harvest the milk from the sheep or goat, we will see some flakes or clots. কিছু দুধের মধ্যে আমরা জমাট বাঁধা কিছু অবস্থা দেখতে পারবো. So this is what is flakes or clots, and this is visible in all type of bacterial infection. So এখানে যে ধরনের ব্যাকটেরিয়া ইনফেকশন করুক না কেন, this is visible, the clots will be visible in the milk, and in severe case you may find some blood stained, কিছু ব্লাডও আসতে পারে with the flow of the milk. Fever, loss of appetite. So there is there will be evidence of fever. The animal will lose its appetite. There will be signs of depression and signs of dehydration, and the movement or gait of doe is affected. Affected movement, affected doe এর movement affected হবে. That means the doe will try to move less. What are the preventive measures? Disinfecting udders for milking and proper milking technique. So you need to disinfect the udders before milking, and proper milking technique should be applied. That means before milking the worker should sanitize their hand and so on. Monitoring by surveillance to detect early cases for immediate isolation and treatment. Immediate isolation এবং ট্রিটমেন্টের জন্য আমাদের সব সময় সার্ভেইলেন্সে রাখতে হবে আওয়ার মিল্কিং যে হার্ড রয়েছে সেটাকে, বা মিল্কিং ফ্লক, ফর এনি আর্লি কেস, early symptoms of mastitis. Okay, and as we know, the other preventive measures, we need to clean our sheds or milking barn regularly. We need to keep the milking parlor or milking barn dry. The treatments associated with mastitis is antibiotic treatment, proper treatment of injured teats with antiseptics, intramammary infusion of antibiotics. So what is the intramammary infusion of antibiotics? We will introduce the antibiotics using a needle. আমরা একটা needle ব্যবহার, syringe, in fact using a syringe, আমরা একটা syringe ব্যবহার করে we will introduce the antibiotics into the mammary, inside the teats, through the opening of the teats, which is known as orifice. So we will introduce the antibiotic via orifice inside the teats, which is known as intramammary infusion of antibiotics. Early and repeated treatment. So you need to repeat the treatment needed to prevent complications such as, so you need to react early and you need to react repeatedly, and then you can prevent your heart from further complications. আরো সামনের যে কমপ্লিকেশনস গুলো হতে পারতো এগুলো থেকে তুমি বাঁচাতে পারবে. So what are the complications? The gangrene and the toxemia. So what is the gangrene? Gangrene is the death of body tissue due to lack of blood flow or a serious bacterial infection. So in this case, due to a serious load of bacterial infection, the death of body tissue may occur, and that is the gangrene. So to avoid that, you need to react early. Early মানে ইনফেকশনের শুরুতেই তোমার ডিটেক্ট করে ট্রিটমেন্টে যেতে হবে. So the gangrene is actually whenever the udder becomes dark reddish blue, that means the cells are dying. Cell গুলো ধ্বংস হয়ে যাচ্ছে, মারা যাচ্ছে. That is the gangrene. And the toxemia. Toxemia is another complications that may also be observed with higher mastitic condition, but if we react early, we can detect, we can stop the toxemia. The toxemia is the poisoning of blood by toxins from a local bacteria infection. So at a bacterial infection দ্বারা blood পয়জনাস বা বিষাক্ত অবস্থা তৈরি হওয়াকে that is known as toxemia in animal. So this is what is mastitis, what are the symptoms, prevention and treatment for mastitis. The next disease is the anthrax. So the anthrax is not that much important or not that much detrimental in case of goat and sheep farming so far, but as the disease is roaming around us, এই ডিজিজটা কিন্তু আমাদের চারপাশেই আছে, as we observe a lot of cases in case of cattle, so we need to be careful about these also. Now the anthrax is also a bacterial disease, and the disease result from infection by bacteria known as Bacillus anthracis, the same bacteria which is responsible for the anthrax in cattle. Bacillus anthracis. The mode of transmission is direct and indirect, and the symptoms are sudden onset of fever, depression, and loss of appetite. Okay, so as you can see, many of the symptoms are common to all the diseases. So by identifying those symptoms, we will not able to identify the disease. We will not able to diagnose, identify the disease. So what we need to do, we need to do focus on specific symptoms which is unique for each disease. এক একটা ডিজিজের জন্য দেখবা এক এক ধরনের সিম্পটমটা ইউনিক, you have to look for that, and many of the symptoms are common to all the diseases like onset of fever, depression, loss of appetite, and swelling of different body parts. In case of anthrax, swelling of chest, head, belly, and legs are observed. Then you will observe bloody diarrhea. Bloody diarrhea. Death is common in early stages. Colic and abortion in pregnant animals. So there will be pain in the stomach or pain in the abdomen, that means the colic, and abortion is also observed in pregnant does. Blood stained discharges, that means the discharge coming out of the nostril, coming out of the mouth may contain blood stain. Blood stain থাকতে পারে, রক্তের হালকা হালকা দাগ থাকতে পারে, and there in severe case there will be the occurrence of convulsions. খিচুনি উঠবে, animal খিচুনি দিবে. So these are the symptoms which are associated with anthrax disease. The prevention is biosecurity. Dead animals should be cremated or buried deeply under a layer of lime. So we need to focus on biosecurity, and in case of the dead animals, they should be cremated. And dead animal gulo, due to the disease anthrax, we need to cremate them. That means we need to burn the dead animals. আমাদের dead animal গুলোকে পুড়িয়ে ফেলতে হবে, or we can go for burying, আমরা মাটিতে চাপাও দিতে পারি, but if we are going for burying should be done with a layer of lime. So burying should be done deeply, and burying should be done with a layer of lime. So what we need to do, we need to deep a hole in the earth. আমরা মাটিতে বড় একটা গর্ত করব, we will put the animal there, and after putting the animal we will put a layer of lime. আমরা চুনের একটা আস্তরণ দিব, then we will put the earth again. এরপর আবার আমরা মাটি চাপা দিব. Okay, the treatment is antibiotic treatment is only effective in early and less acute cases. So শুধুমাত্র আর্লি এবং লেস অ্যাকিউট কেসে অ্যান্টিবায়োটিকটা কাজ করে, আদারওয়াইজ অ্যান্টিবায়োটিক কাজ করার আগেই ইওর ফ্লক উইল বি অ্যাফেক্টেড. Now, one very unique disease for goat and very much disturbing disease in terms of the
স্যার এইগুলা কি দুই একটা অ্যানিমেলে মানে সিমটম পাওয়া গেলে কি পুরা অ্যানিমেল গুলাতে দিয়ে দিতে হয় নাকি ওই কয়েকটা ট্রিটমেন্ট করতে হয়?
ট্রিটমেন্ট করা উচিত হচ্ছে ফ্লক জুড়ে ট্রিটমেন্ট করা উচিত। হ্যাঁ, ফ্লক জুড়ে ট্রিটমেন্ট করা উচিত। আর হচ্ছে এই সময় আবার ভ্যাকসিনেট করা যাবে না। তোমরা জানো যে অ্যানিমেল যদি ডিজিজড হয়ে যায় দেন ইউ ক্যান নট ভ্যাকসিনেট।
জি স্যার, ভ্যাকসিনের আপনার ওর অ্যান্টিবডি তৈরি হতে তো 4-5 দিন লাগে।
হ্যাঁ, so the next disease is Pesticides petites ruminants.
স্যার এইটা একটা মেইন রোগ থাকলে
This is the more occurring disease in this type of environmental condition. So in short, it is known as PPR, but you need to know the full name also because this is a common question in the Viva Voice. So what is PPR? Pesticides petites ruminants. Okay. So the PPR, also known as goat plague, is a viral disease of goat and sheep characterized by fever, sores in the mouth, diarrhea, pneumonia, and sometimes death. Cattle and several wild ruminants have been infected often, but goats and sheep are the usual targets. Goat এবং sheep হচ্ছে usual targets. So this is what is the PPR is and the symptoms of PPR.
স্যার পিপিআর এর কি 100% মর্টালিটি হয়?
না, 100% mortality হয় না। Transmission. The virus is secreted in tears, nasal discharge, secretion from coughing, and in the feces of infected animals. Therefore, close contact between animals, especially through inhalation of fine droplets that are released in the air when affected animals cough and sneeze, will spread the disease. So a PPR যে organism, they can come out from the infected animals through all the routes. সব রুট দিয়ে আসতে পারে। তার tear, nasal discharge, secretion from coughing, sneezing, and even through the feces. The organism may come out from the infected animal, and whenever two animals come in contact, one is infected and another one is infected animal, the close contact of those animal will make the healthy animal infected also, and that is more common due to the inhalation of fine droplets that is released by the infected or affected animal through cough or sneeze. So coughing and sneezing is also a symptom for the PPR. Okay. Water, feed troughs, and bedding can also be contaminated with secretions and become additional source of infection. এভাবে indirect transmission হতে পারে because of the secretions will contaminate the sources like bedding material and other ingredients or equipments of the farm of the shed, and that's how the healthy animal will also be affected. However, the virus does not survive for a long time outside the body of a host animal. কিন্তু host animal এর বডির বাইরে কোনো ইকুইপমেন্টে, বেডিং ম্যাটেরিয়ালে the organism, that is the PPR virus, do not survive for too long. Since animals excrete the virus before showing signs of the disease, এই ডিজিজের যে সাইন সিমটম গুলো আছে এগুলো শো করার আগেই এনিমেল ভাইরাসটা স্প্রেড করতে থাকে। ইনফেক্টেড এনিমেল or affected animal will spread the virus before showing any symptoms. It can spread by movement of infected animals. এটা ইনফেক্টেড এনিমেলস এর মুভমেন্টের মাধ্যমে তোমার সম্পূর্ণ ফ্লকে ছড়িয়ে যেতে পারে। ইনফেক্টেড এনিমেল বাট দ্যাট হ্যাজ নট ডেভেলপড এনি সাইন্স ইয়েট, এখনো কোনো সাইন ডেভেলপমেন্ট হয়নি তার মধ্যে, কিন্তু সে ইনফেক্টেড এবং সে পুরো ফ্লকে এই ইনফেকশন দিয়ে বেড়াচ্ছে। So what are the signs or symptoms of the PPR? Sudden onset of fever, severe depression, loss of appetite, clear nasal discharge. So the nasal discharge will be clear, transparent. The nasal discharge become thicker, ধীরে ধীরে এটা ঘন হয়ে আসে, and yellowish, often becoming so profuse, এতটাই বেশি হয়ে যায় এক এক সময়, that it forms a crust, এটা একটা মানে কঠিন একটা অবস্থা তৈরি করে, that blocks the nostril causing respiratory distress, এটা নস্ট্রিল বন্ধ করে দেয় এবং রেসপিরেটরি ডিস্ট্রেস হয়। এই সময় if you observe the animal, you will come to know the animal is having some problem inside its nostril and there must have been some jam due to the nasal discharge. এটা সহজেই তখন উপলব্ধি করা যায় বা বোঝা যায়। The eyes may also become infected, causing eyelids to mat together with discharge. So there will be some discharge from the eye also, and those discharge from the eye will cause the eyelids to mat together. Eyelid দুটোকে উপরের মানে আপার আইলিড এন্ড লোয়ার আইলিড they will be mat together অথবা they will be adhere, একসাথে লেগে থাকবে due to the discharges. So disturbing. Tissues in the mouth can swell and ulcer form on the lower gums, dental pad, hard palate, cheeks and tongues. So tissue in the mouth can swell, মুখের ভেতরের টিস্যু swell up হতে পারে, ফুলে যেতে পারে, and there may be ulcer formation, অথবা ulcer formation in some places like the lower gums, মাড়ির নিচের অংশে, তারপরে হচ্ছে ডেন্টাল প্যাড, আপার জতে আমরা জানি ডেন্টাল প্যাড থাকে, ডেন্টাল প্যাডে হচ্ছে তোমার ক্ষতর সৃষ্টি হতে পারে, হার্ড প্যালেট তালুতে ক্ষতর সৃষ্টি হতে পারে, এন্ড চিক্স গালে ক্ষতর সৃষ্টি হতে পারে, অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ ইন দা টাং, টাঙেও আলসার অথবা ক্ষতর সৃষ্টি হতে পারে। So these are the severe symptoms. Severe diarrhea develops in some animals, resulting in dehydration and weight loss. Okay, so the severe diarrhea, this is the most common and most easily identifiable symptom for the PPR. Okay, severe diarrhea, also known as shooting diarrhea. Shooting diarrhea, that means the animal will excrete the fecal material like shooting of out of pistol, pistol থেকে যেভাবে shoot out করা হয়, like that they will shoot out the fecal materials. Pneumonia is common in later stages, as we know. Pregnant animals may abort, abortion হয়ে যেতে পারে pregnant animal. The prognosis of PPR is poor and death can occur within 5 to 10 days of the onset of fever. So the prognosis means the symptoms observed, অথবা পূর্বাভাস, symptoms observed, এটা হচ্ছে পোর এবং ডেথ হতে পারে 5 থেকে 10 দিনের মধ্যে। So this is what is PPR symptoms. Now we are interested about the prevention and control of the disease. For prevention, quarantine of the new animals or for the infected animals, quarantine, movement control within the flock. Flocker মধ্যে we can control the movement by doing some section. আমাদের যদি 50টা বা 60টা গোটের জন্য শেড থাকে, we can partition দেনা, হ্যাঁ, partition করে ফেলতে পারি. That's how in each section যদি 10টা করে গোট থাকে, ওই 10টা করে গোটের ম্যানেজমেন্টও সহজ হবে. And in case of this kind of infectious disease, ওই 10টা গোট যদিও ইনফেক্টেড হয়ে যায়, বাকিগুলো আশা করা যায় যে ইনফেকশন ফ্রি থাকবে. Sanitary slaughter is also important and cleaning and disinfection are applied. Cleaning করতে হবে, disinfection করতে হবে, এবং স্লটারের ক্ষেত্রে থাকতে হবে যে স্লটার করার পর যাতে স্লটার এই ওয়েস্ট গুলো they do not affect the other animals. The virus is susceptible to most disinfectants. So cleaning এবং disinfectionটা খুব বেশি কার্যকর because the virus is susceptible to disinfectants. Disinfectants এর সংস্পর্শে আসলে সহজেই ভাইরাসটা মারা যায়. The controller, there are no medications available to treat the disease, but supportive treatment may decrease mortality. A vaccine is used where the disease is established and provides good immunity. So একটা ভ্যাকসিন দেওয়া হয় which is known to give good immunity because of the close relationship of PPR virus to rinderpest virus. ক্যাটেলের যে rinderpest ভাইরাস রয়েছে তার সাথে PPR ভাইরাসের ক্লোজ রিলেশনশিপ রয়েছে. দ্যাট মিন্স দে বিলং টু দ্য সেম গ্রুপ. রিন্ডারপেস্ট ভাইরাস হ্যাড বিন ইউজড অ্যাজ এ ভ্যাকসিন. বিগত সময়ে রিন্ডারপেস্ট ভাইরাসটাকে পিপিআর এর ভ্যাকসিন হিসেবে ব্যবহার করা হতো. ওকে, বাট উইথ দ্য কারেন্ট এফোর্টস টু ইরাডিকেট রিন্ডারপেস্ট ওয়ার্ল্ডওয়াইড, কিন্তু এখন একটা বর্তমান একটি কার্যক্রম চলছে দ্যাট eradication of rinderpest from the world. That's why the use of rinderpest vaccine is prohibited. rinderpest vaccine আর ব্যবহার করতে দেওয়া হয় না, কারণ rinderpest ভ্যাকসিনের ভেতরেই তো rinderpest অর্গানিজমটা থাকে that may again spread from the faulty use of the vaccine. That's why এই ভ্যাকসিনটা আর ব্যবহার করা হয় না. There is a vaccine which is in use for PPR. The next disease is the pox of goat. This is a viral disease and the organism responsible for this disease is known as goat pox virus. In case of viral disease, the name of the virus is associated with the disease. সবসময় দেখবা ভাইরাল ডিজিজের সময় ভাইরাসের নাম ডিজিজের নামের সাথে অ্যাসোসিয়েটেড. যেমন আমরা পিপিআর পড়লাম, the responsible organism is PPR virus. Goat pox, the responsible organism is goat pox virus. Okay. Rinderpest, the responsible organism is rinderpest virus. The virus usually spreads via respiratory system. So in case of goat pox, the virus usually spread via respiratory system and sometimes spreads through abared skin or the skin that have been damaged. It is most likely to occur in crowded stock. So spread via respiratory system or spread via abared skin or injured skin, whatever, they most likely to occur in crowded stock where the density of the animal is higher. Source of the virus include cutaneous lesions, saliva, nasal secretions and feces. So the source of the smallpox virus are lesions or injury of the skin. injury of the skin, that is known as cutaneous lesions, the saliva, the nasal secretions, and feces. The virus may be present in dried scabs for up to 6 months. So as we know, there will be a scab formation. There will be scab formation in case of affected animal of goat pox. Goat pox অথবা যে কোনো pox দ্বারা affected যে কোনো animal there will be scabs অথবা যে আমরা যেটা বলি হলো ছোট ছোট খোসা মানে কি বলবো
ছোট ছোট ফোসকার মতো নাকি?
ফোসকা, রাইট, ফোসকার মতো ওই পরে ডিউ টু দা পক্স হলে ফোসকার মতো পরে শরীরে। So those are known as the scabs, and the scab will dry out, and this dried scab may contain the virus for up to 6 months. এই স্ক্যাব গুলো যে সকল জায়গায় পড়বে, dried scabs গুলো, they will be loosen up from their body and they will fall in different places. যে সকল জায়গায় পড়বে সেই সকল জায়গায় কিন্তু the virus can sustain inside the dried scab up to 6 months. In endemic areas, the morbidity rate is 70 to 90%. So in the endemic area means in the locality where the disease has spread, যে লোকালিটিতে ডিজিজটা স্প্রেড করলো, endemic areas, the morbidity rate is 70 to 90%. আক্রান্তের হার হবে কত? 70 থেকে 90% হতে পারে। And the mortality rate is 5 to 10%. Mortality rate হয় 5 থেকে 10%. The mortality rate may reach nearly 100 in imported animals. In case of exotic imported animals, the mortality may goes up to 100%. Resistant animals may show only a mild form of the disease. There are some animals which are resistant to goat pox. They may show mild form of disease which may be missed, যেটা কিনা আমাদের অবজারভেশনে না আসতে পারে, as only a few lesions are present, কারণ সেখানে খুব কম পরিমাণে তোমার এই প্রমাণ থাকে, অথবা সিম্পটম থাকে, usually around the ears or the tail. In case of the animals who are resistant to the goat pox virus, or if they are affected, they will show their symptom around the ears and tail. Now, as they are very less affected with the action of the goat pox, we do not need to think about them. But the problem is that they can act as a carrier. তারা একটা ক্যারিয়ার হিসেবে কাজ করতে পারে, and they can carry the organism to other susceptible animals. That's why we need to take care of these two. And these are the scabs. আমরা যেটা বলছিলাম যে scab form করে, as you can see, there will be scabs, and mostly the scabs will be visible in hairless portions like the testes, the udder, the muzzle, etc. The eyelids or চোখের আশেপাশে যে অংশ, সেখানে ওইসব জায়গায় বেশি পরিমাণে স্ক্যাব দেখা যায়। So continuation for goat pox. The clinical signs for goat pox are initial rapid onset of fever, salivation, nasal discharge, and conjunctivitis. So what is the conjunctivitis? The conjunctivitis is the muscle surrounding the eye will be swallowed. চোখের চারিদিকের muscle will be swallowed, and the eye will be and the eye seems much more smaller. So অনেক ছোট দেখা যায় এইসব, and there will be some discharge from the eyes as well, and the white portion of the eyes will seems pinkish. Eye white portion ta pink color dekha jabe onekta because of the inflammation of the blood vessels. Blood vessel inflammation hoy je karone reddish othoba pinkish color dekha jay. Okay, eruption of skin lesions after a few days. So after a few days of infection, the skin lesions will be erupted. Udgirito hobe skin এর lesion গুলো. Scabs are often found in hair-free or wool-free areas such as the udders, scrotum, muzzle, and eyelids. The orifice of the teats, that means the opening of the teats from where the milks come out, which is known as orifice. The orifice of the teats may become infected and cause mastitis. So due to goat pox, the mastitis also is observed. Sensitive in affected skin. So sensitivity in affected skin, that means if we touch in the affected skin, the animal will feel pain. Internal lesions in the lungs causing respiratory distress. So there will be symptoms of respiratory distress. There will be depression. There will be edema of eyelids and photophobia. And there will be anorexia. Anorexia or khudamonda. And photophobia means that the animal will be sensitive to light. So in the presence of
উজ্জ্বল আলো তো দেখতে পারবে না
বলতে তারা তাকাবে না, ভয় পাবে, এই ধরনের একটা বিষয় ফোবিয়া। ফোবিয়া হবে, আলোর প্রতি তাদের একটা ফোবিয়া হবে, ভয় তৈরি হবে। So these are the symptoms of goat pox. Now the transmission treatment in this particular slide আমরা আগে symptoms দিয়েছি, পরে transmission and treatment দিয়েছি। এটা অন্য কোনো কারণ নেই, কারণ হচ্ছে এই স্লাইডের অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট ভালো হচ্ছিল না। আমরা যদি ট্রান্সমিশন আগে দিই তাহলে ক্লিনিক্যাল সায়েন্সটা দুইটা স্লাইডে চলে যাচ্ছিল। সো তোমরা লেখার সময় আগে ট্রান্সমিশন লিখবা, transmission, then signs and symptoms, then prevention and treatment. Okay, the transmission is direct contact, then indirect transmission by contaminated implements, vehicles, or products such as litter or fodder. Indirect transmission by insects or vectors, and contamination by inhalation also. So these are the route of transmission for goat pox. The treatment is directed at preventing or controlling secondary infection. As the goat pox is a viral disease, we cannot treat the disease, and we treat for prevention of secondary infection. Administration of antibiotics to control secondary infection and good nursing care are recommended. Infection result in good immunity. Infection hole goat pox e sei pox ta immune hoye jay. This is also applicable for all other animals. যাদেরই পক্স হয় তারা কিন্তু পক্সের প্রতি ইমিউনিটি গ্রো করে, ইমিউনিটি গ্রো করে। So the next disease causing organisms are the parasites or the worms, whatever. So we are going to talk about parasites, not about any specific disease. The parasites commonly found in sheep and goat can be divided into two general categories: the external parasites and the internal parasites. In other words, they are known as endoparasite and ectoparasites. Because internal parasites tend to prefer a specific organ, there are multiple types. Internal parasite গুলোকে আবার multiple type এ ভাগ করা হয়ে থাকে, কেননা the role or the intention of internal parasites is to affect different organs, and different type of and different type of internal parasites affect different organs. That's why we can classify the organs, classify the parasites. The most common internal parasite in sheep and goat are lung worms. Lung worms, the worms that affect the lung. The stomach worms, the worms that affect the stomach. the liver flukes, the flukes that affect the liver, and the intestinal parasite, the parasite that reside in the intestine, the most common of which are coccidia. এই যে intestinal parasite মধ্যে most common হচ্ছে coccidia, Aemia and Isospora. So these are some introductory sentences regarding the parasites. Now let's see, how do sheep and goats get infested with parasites? কিভাবে প্যারাসাইট দ্বারা তারা আক্রান্ত হয়? Okay, so up to now, as we are talking about different bacterial and viral disease, আমরা এতক্ষণ বলে আসছিলাম যে infection, and now the term has changed. We are now using a new term, that is infestation. That's why এখানে লেখা আছে infested. So infection and infestation, the term infection is used in case of those diseases which are caused by bacteria and virus. Bacteria virus দ্বারা সচরাচর যেগুলো ডিজিজ স্প্রেড হয় অথবা ডিজিজ কজ হয়, those are ওই সব ক্ষেত্রে we use the term infection, and the infestation or infested is used here because we are talking about parasites. The lungworms and liver flukes. So the worms that are responsible to affect lung and the worms that are responsible for the effect of the liver, they grow and reproduce inside snail. তারা কোথায় গ্রো করে? ইনসাইড স্নেল, শামুকের ভেতরে, which live in stagnant water. এই শামুকগুলো সচরাচর আবদ্ধ যে জলাশয়ে অবস্থান করে। Sheep and goats that have access to stagnant water are at risk of being infested by these parasites. এই প্যারাসাইটের ইনফেস্টেশনের মধ্যে পড়ার পসিবিলিটি আছে সেই সকল শিপ এন্ড গোটের যারা এই স্ট্যাগনেন্ট ওয়াটারের আশেপাশে চরে খায়। সো and as the grasses or plant body near to the water source grow faster, তাই না, দ্রুত বর্ধনশীল, that's why your sheep and goat will go down to near to the water and they will consume the grasses from there, and then it is a risk. Then it is a risk for the sheep and goat to be infested by the parasites, especially the lungworms and the liver flukes. Okay, the eggs and larvae of stomach worms. So we are talking about the infestation of different parasites. In the first para, we have discussed about the infestation of lungworms and liver fluke, and in the second para, we are talking about the stomach worms. The eggs and larvae of the stomach worms are commonly found on wet vegetation. Wet vegetation এ দেখা যায় যে এই স্টোমাক ওয়ার্মের লার্ভা গুলো থাকে, লাইক ডিউই গ্রাস, যে সকল গ্রাসে শিশির পড়েছে সেই সকল গ্রাসে দেখা যায় যে লার্ভাটা থাকে। লার্ভা ক্যান মুভ আপ দ্য গ্রাস হোয়ার দে আর ইটেন বাই শিপ অর গোটস। So the larvae have the capacity to move up to the grass where the sheep and goat consume their feed, consume their grasses. And whenever the eggs or the larva goes inside the stomach of the animal, there they will get favorable environment to flourish. ফ্লারিশ করার জন্য ফেভারেবল এনভায়রনমেন্ট পায় and they will regenerate there. Coccidia commonly live on the ground. Coccidia যেটা the intestinal parasite commonly live on the ground but are usually not a problem unless there is overcrowding of animals. সচরাচর যদি overcrowding of animals না হয় তাহলে coccidia is not a problem, but if there is overcrowding of the animals and there is a lot of excreta or cow dung or feces remained in the ground, then it is a problem. Coccidia mostly affect young animals because they have not yet developed their immune defense. Coccidia mostly affect the younger animals. So this is how the infestation of parasites occur. So this is a question: how does the infestation of parasites occur in sheep and goat? Now, what are the signs and symptoms of parasitism? The symptoms are weight loss, diarrhea, rough hair coat, depressions, weakness, anemia. Anemia means there will be shortage of blood. রক্তশূন্যতা, anemia. So the symptoms is animals gum and eyes appear white. দাঁতের মাড়ি, তারপরে হচ্ছে তোমার চোখ, এগুলো অনেকটা সাদাটে দেখাবে। Fever or in the later stage of disease, cold extremities, জ্বর থাকবে এবং later stages of disease there will be some cold extremities, কিছু কিছু অঙ্গ থাকবে যেগুলো ঠান্ডা হয়ে যাবে, such as ear and legs. Fast breathing is also observed due to lung worms and coughing is also observed due to lung worms. So these are the signs and symptoms which are observed due to parasitism. Now, what are the way to prevent the parasitism? The best prevention is to reduce your animals exposure to parasites by providing a clean environment from beginning at birth. শুরু থেকেই তোমার যেটা করতে হবে, ক্লিন এনভায়রনমেন্ট দিতে হবে এবং যাতে your animal is lesser exposed to the parasites, এটা তোমার এনশিওর করতে হবে। Avoiding overcrowding of pens or premises. Balanced nutrition is very important to keep animals healthy and help them develop appropriate resistance to external pathogens, especially for dams before and after lambing, kidding. So balanced nutrition টা খুবই প্রয়োজন, especially dams এর কথা বলা হলো before and after kidding. So before and after kidding, the dams usually reduce the amount of feed consumption, but we need to take care of this, that the amount of nutrient absorbed by the dam should be optimum. Avoid pasturing in damp areas. Damp বা ভেজা শিশির যুক্ত জায়গায় near to stagnant water body, you need to stop the pasturing of your sheep and goat, and you need to stop the pasturing during early morning and evening hours. বেশি সকালে এবং বিকালের দিকে পাস্টারিং বন্ধ করতে হবে, because there is dew on the pasture. ওই সময় কিন্তু পাস্টারে ডিউ থাকে এবং by the help of the dew the larva will transform from the stagnant water body to the grasses. গ্রাসের ঘাস পর্যন্ত চলে আসবে। Rotate pastures to avoid high burdens of parasite. আমরা pasture rotating সম্পর্কে জেনেছি, and here we need to perform the rotating with care, because if we can perform the pasture rotating, that will reduce the load of parasite in the pasture. Select animals for bloodlines that show low worm burdens. Okay, so this goes at এটা একেবারে বিগিনিং এ চলে যায়, যে we can select those animals of whose parents are less susceptible to the parasitic infestations. Now the treatment, it is very important to notice all dewormers are not effective against all parasites. Now there are a variety of dewormers available in the market, and they are also recommended to be used. But there are different types of parasites. ভিন্ন ভিন্ন ধরনের প্যারাসাইট আছে, তাই না? Now, one dewormer will not be effective against all type of parasite. Some dewormers that used to be effective against a specific parasite may no longer effective. একটা ডিওয়ার্মার যেটা অতীতে খুব ইফেক্টিভ ছিল, এটা বর্তমানে আর ইফেক্টিভ নাও হতে পারে due to the development of resistance in some worms. কেননা ওয়ার্মস গুলো প্রতিনিয়ত জেনেটিক্যাল চেঞ্জ হয়, মিউটেশন হয়, and that's how they become resistant to some dewormers. Therefore, just because you apply a dewormer doesn't mean you have killed the worms. কাজেই তুমি একটা ডিওয়ার্মার ব্যবহার করা মানেই না যে তুমি ওয়ার্মস গুলোকে মেরে ফেলতে সক্ষম হয়েছো। You have to be sure to use the right dewormer for your specific situation. So you have to choose the right dewormer for your specific situation. এই সিচুয়েশনের জন্য কোন ডিওয়ার্মারটা উপযোগী, তোমার কোন ধরনের প্যারাসাইট দ্বারা your flock has been affected, you need to know and you need to react. How to react? You need to go for the treatment with that specific dewormer which is capable to destroy the parasites that has affected your flock. Let's see. Current drugs approved for use in sheep and goats. Sheep এবং গোটে কি কি তোমার ডিওয়ার্মারের ব্যবহার এখন approved. The approved ingredients or active ingredients are the albendazole, ivermectin, levamisole, moxidectin, lasalocid, and decoquinate. Okay, so these are the group of medicine or group of dewormer. They can be used or they are authorized for use against different parasites.
স্যার এখানে যে বারবার পোল ওয়ার্মস এটা কি
কি ও আচ্ছা
বারবার পোল ওয়ার্ম?
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে আমি বলছি। So as you can see here is liver fluke, lung worms, barber pole worms, coccidia, different types of parasite. The barber pole worms are the round worms, গোল কৃমি যেটাকে বলা হয়। So these are different types of parasites which affect different diseases, and these are the dewormer we can use. But we need to know which kind of dewormer is effective against which kind of parasite. Like if your flock has been, or if your sheep or goat has been affected by coccidia, so if you use the albendazole dewormer, that will not be effective against coccidia because the albendazole can kill the liver flukes, the lung worms, and the round worms. Okay, so this is what you need to know. This group of medicine can kill these three type of parasites. Similarly, the ivermectin, they can kill the lung worms and round worms. The levamisole, they can also kill the lung worms and round worms. The moxidectin is effective against the barber pole worms or round worms, and the lasalocid and decoquinate, they are equally applicable for coccidia.
স্যার এখানে এই শেষ তিনটা তো পাওয়া যায় না, যে মক্সিডেক্টিন, তারপরে লাসালোসিড, ডেকোকুইনেট, প্রথম দুইটা পাওয়া যায়, ওই প্রথম তিনটা পাওয়া যায়।
প্রথম তিনটা পাওয়া যাওয়ার কারণ হচ্ছে মানে ডিপেন্ডিং অন দা ডিমান্ড অন দা মার্কেট। মার্কেটে তোমার কোন প্রোডাক্টের ডিমান্ড রয়েছে, দ্যাট এফেক্টস দা মার্কেটিং চ্যানেল। So these are approved and these are available in the world market. যদি এমন হয় যে the occurrence of diseases due to the coccidia is increasing, তখন তোমরা দেখবা যে এগুলো পাওয়া যাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ, এগুলো পাওয়া যাচ্ছে। So depending on the demand, the importer imports these dewormers. Okay.
স্যার এগুলো ইউজ করা যায় না, এটার কোনো স্পেসিফিক কারণ আছে?
স্পেসিফিক কারণ হচ্ছে they are not effective against those parasites. কিছু ডিওয়ার্মার কিছু প্যারাসাইটের জন্য ইফেক্টিভ না। হ্যাঁ
জি স্যার।
ওই তো স্যার আর কি ফিজিক্স টেস্ট না করলে আসলে
you cannot determine
এক্সাক্ট ঠিক করা যাবে না, এটাই হলো মেইন কথা, তাই না স্যার?
Yes, you cannot determine other than going for test. So in tabular form we have again shown the diseases, and here we have classified the diseases into several categories. The diseases of sheep and goat, as you can see, the bacterial diseases, the anthrax, brucellosis, pneumonia, foot rot, mastitis, these are the bacterial diseases of sheep and goat, and the important diseases have already been discussed. You can have a look on the brucellosis, foot rot from here. এখান থেকে তোমরা দেখে নিতে পারো। Similarly, the virus diseases of sheep and goat are PPR, goat pox, and FMD. The FMD, you can have a look from here. The endoparasite diseases, which are the internal parasites, the fluke infection, the tapeworm, the roundworm, the coccidiosis, these all have been discussed briefly. And the ectoparasites infestation is the tick, lice, etc. Okay, so in addition to endoparasite, there is a type of parasite, as we said earlier, the external parasite or ectoparasite, which can affect the skin of the animal, and the disease is caused by tick, lice, etc. Now the symptoms are reduced growth, skin allergy, and wound in the skin. The preventions are clean house, periodical dipping of the animals. আমি তোমাদের ডিপিং পড়াইনি। ডিপিং
ডিপিং মানে স্যার এটা তো ওই যে ডিপিং বলতে বোঝায় আপনার মানে কোনো কিছু ধৌত করে এমন না স্যার নাকি?
হ্যাঁ বুঝেছি,
মানে কুয়ার মতো করে স্যার ওর ভিতরে এই যে পশুগুলো নামায় দিয়ে মানে গোসলের মতো করে।
কিন্তু আমি কি তোমাদের পড়াইনি ডিপিং এই সেমিস্টারে? পড়ানোর তো কথা ছিল না স্যার, কোথায় মিস হয়ে গেল জানি। ঠিক আছে। And periodical dipping. Dipping is performed to make the animal free from the external parasite. Okay, and the tick and light, তারা শুধু স্কিনে অ্যালার্জি করবে, স্কিনে ওন করবে তাই না, এই ধরনের প্রবলেম হলে কিন্তু the price of the animal will drastically reduce. Animal price অনেক কমে যাবে in the market, as well as they will suck the blood from the body, and that's how they will suck the nutrients from the body, and your animal will be emaciated if there is heavy load of ectoparasite. So these are all about the parasitism. Now we would like to talk about health management, and in the health management there is sanitation in the first position. So we need to make our farm sanitized, have pens cleaned daily and washed at least 3 times a week. প্রতি সপ্তাহে কমপক্ষে 3 বার তোমার পেন গুলো, the place where the animals stay should be washed using water, hose pipe, etc. And you need to clean the pens regularly, daily. Disinfect at least twice a month. মাসে কমপক্ষে 2 বার you need to disinfect the pen. Accumulated feces and urine provide a good breeding ground for disease causing microorganisms. Disease causing microorganism গুলোর জন্য ইউরিন এবং feces তো একটা হচ্ছে very good source for breeding. Provide a lagoon or pit to store waste for at least a month before spreading to the pasture. So as we can use the feces and urine as fertilizer in the pasture, but before doing so we need to store the feces and urine for at least 1 month in a lagoon. So what is a lagoon? A lagoon is a pond like structure, পুকুরের মতো একটা জায়গা গর্ত করা থাকবে, where we will store the waste before spreading to the pasture. Pasture দেওয়ার আগে 1 মাস আমরা এখানে রাখবো. So what will happen by this time, due to the fermentation and increasement and decreasement of pH যখন কমে যাবে, there will be acidic condition. The organism that are in the feces and in the urine will be destroyed. Use as fertilizer for orchards or vegetable garden. শুধু পাশ্চারেই না, আমরা এটাকে ফার্টিলাইজার হিসেবে অর্চার্ড এবং ভেজিটেবল গার্ডেনে ব্যবহার করতে পারি, ফুলের বাগানে। Train personnel to observe sanitary procedures. So you need to train your personnel to observe sanitary procedures. Provide separate pens for disease animals. That means you need to provide isolation pens. Limit visitors coming into the farm, including other animals. Quarantine newly arrived stock for at least a month before mixing the main breeding stock. Main breeding stock এর সাথে mixing এর আগে আমাদের কোয়ারেন্টাইনে রাখতে হবে. So this is how we can maintain the sanitation of our farm. The deworming is already been discussed, and in case of the external parasites, the lice and tick are common problems. When these are observed, apply acaricide. Acaricide is a substance poisonous to mites and ticks and lice. So, or chemicals against lice and ticks in powder or dust form. Powder অথবা dust form এ আমরা acaricide ব্যবহার করতে পারি. This can be done by mixing 1 part of acaricide with 7 to 10 parts of starch or flour and apply as dusting powder on the body of the animal. Or we can go for dipping also. আমরা dipping এর মাধ্যমে external parasite কে control করতে পারি. The next things are, be on the alert for signs of illness such as reduced feed intake, fever, abnormal discharge, and unusual behavior. So although these are very common symptoms for all the diseases, but these are the first symptoms which is observed. এগুলো হচ্ছে প্রথম ধরনের সিম্পটম। খাবার খেতে চাবে না, জ্বর আসবে, abnormal discharge হবে from the vent অথবা from the nose, mouth, এগুলো। সো এগুলো যদিও সব ডিজিজের জন্যই দেখা যায়, কিন্তু এগুলো তো ডিজিজেরই সিম্পটম। কাজেই যখনই এই ধরনের কোনো সিম্পটম দেখা যাবে, ইউ হ্যাভ টু বি অ্যালার্ট। কনসাল্ট দ্য নিয়ারেস্ট ভেটেরিনারি aid center for help if illness is suspected. Protect the animals against common diseases. In case of outbreak of contagious diseases, immediately segregate the sick animal from healthy one and take necessary disease control measures. Deworm the animals regularly. Examine the feces of adult animals to detect eggs of internal parasites and treat the animals with suitable drugs. So you need to examine the feces of your adult animals, and it is recommended to examine the feces on regular basis if you have facility to do so. And by doing so, you can detect the eggs of parasites that are available inside the animal, and then you can go for the treatment. Provide clean and uncontaminated feed and water for minimizing the health disorders. Strictly follow the recommended vaccination schedule for goat and sheep. Proper drainage, sprinkling of copper sulfate near water bodies will help to control fluke infection. Proper drainage and sprinkling of copper sulfate near water bodies. So if there is any water body near to your farmyard, you can sprinkle the copper sulfate solution therein, and that will help to control the fluke infection or infestation. Avoid early morning and late evening grazing. As we know, keep the shade clean and provide clean quality drinking water, separate infected animal from the healthy one, provide proper quarantine measures while purchasing new animals, proper disposal of dead animals is required, and cremation is recommended. Cremationটাকে recommend করা হয়, মানে পুড়িয়ে ফেলা. If not, you can bury the animal deep. তুমি বেশ গভীরে অ্যানিমেলটাকে বারিড করতে পারো. Rotational grazing to control the infection কন্ট্রোলের জন্য আমরা rotational grazing এ যেতে পারি. Now what are the signs and symptoms of healthy goat? Now there are two questions: signs and symptoms of illness and signs and symptoms of healthy goat or good health. Okay, so I haven't mentioned the signs and symptoms of illness here. Can I mention করিনি because all the signs and symptoms we have discussed right now. আমরা এতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত অনেক ডিজিজের সাইন এন্ড সিম্পটম পড়েছি, অথবা those are the signs of illness also. ওগুলোই তো অসুস্থতার লক্ষণ, তাই না? ওগুলোই অসুস্থতার লক্ষণ. সো ফ্রম দেয়ার তোমরা প্রতিটা ডিজিজ থেকে চুজ করে করে কিন্তু লিখতে পারবা what are the signs of illness. Now let's see what are the signs of health, good health. Eyes are clear and bright. Coat smooth and shiny. উপরের যে কাভারিং, কোট কাভারিং, এটা স্মুথ হবে এবং শাইনি, চকচকে হবে. Appetite will be good. পর্যাপ্ত পরিমাণে খাদ্য গ্রহণ করবে. Attitude is alert. একেবারে অ্যালার্ট অ্যাটিটিউড বা তোমার ভাব ভঙ্গি শো করবে. These are the signs of healthy goat. And any deterioration from
sorry এইখানে ওই যে এখানে বলছে যে however it is normal for a doe in labor to refuse to eat, এইটার অর্থটা কি?
ও আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে. Appetite good অথবা the animal will consume good amount of food. Appetite good বলতে বোঝায় হচ্ছে ভালো পরিমাণে খাদ্য গ্রহণ করবে, রুচি ভালো থাকবে বা ভালো পরিমাণে খাদ্য গ্রহণ করবে. এরপরে যখনই একটা পজিটিভ সেন্টেন্সের পরে however থাকে, তখন বুঝতে হবে যে এই সেন্টেন্সটার বিপরীতে কিছু একটা বলবে. বিপরীতে কিছু একটা বলবে. যে কোনো ক্ষেত্রে এটা যদি একটা নেগেটিভ সেন্টেন্স থাকতো, তারপরে however দিলে বুঝতে হতো যে এই আগের সেন্টেন্সের বিপরীতে আমরা কিছু বলবো, অপর পক্ষে কিছু বলবো. সো অ্যাপেটাইট ইজ গুড, দিস ইজ এ পজিটিভ ওয়ার্ড. however অপর পক্ষে বা যদিও, ইট ইজ নর্মাল ফর এ ডো ইন লেবার টু রিফিউজ টু ইট. যখন একটা ডো লেবারে আসে অথবা হচ্ছে জাস্ট পিওর টু কিডলিং এর আগে আগে the doe will refuse to eat. খাদ্য গ্রহণ করতে রিফিউজ করবে. So these are the signs and symptoms of healthy goat. And finally, this is the vaccination schedule for sheep and goat. And as you can see, there are different diseases, and depending on the disease which are susceptible or which are present or which have the history of presence in your locality, you will need to go for that vaccine. শুধুমাত্র সেই সব ভ্যাকসিনই দিবা যেটা তোমার লোকালিটিতে প্রিভেলেন্স করে. যেমন অ্যানথ্রাক্সের ভ্যাকসিন অবশ্যই দিবা. তারপরে তুমি ব্ল্যাক কোয়ার্টারটা স্কিপ করতে পারো যদি ব্ল্যাক কোয়ার্টারের কোনো না থাকে,
ওই এরিয়াতে যে যে রোগের প্রাদুর্ভাব ওইগুলা বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট.
যদি না থাকে পিপিআর দিতে হবে, এফএমডি দিতে হবে, যেহেতু ক্যাটেলে থাকে গোট বক্স দিতে হবে. ওকে, সো দিস আর দ্য ডিজিজেস উই নিড টু give vaccine against, and this is when we will give the vaccine. কোন বয়সে আমরা ভ্যাকসিন দিব বলা আছে. and after the primary vaccination, when the regular vaccination will be initiated. প্রাইমারি ভ্যাকসিনেশনের পরে পরবর্তী সময়ে ভ্যাকসিন গুলো আমরা ইমিডিয়েটলি কিভাবে দিব এখানে আবার সেটা বলা আছে. so you need to have a look on this chart, and this is important for your examination. And this is how the lecture on diseases and health management of sheep and goat ends.
তাহলে কি আমাদের কি এই কোর্স শেষ হয়ে গেল নাকি?
কোর্স না, কোর্স শেষ হয়ে যায়।
তাহলে এখনো কয়টা ক্লাস লাগবে?
তোমাদের লাগবে আরো 8টা-10টা ক্লাস লাগবে।
ওরে তাহলে তো অনেক বড়।
So okay, so this is the end of this slide or this topic. In our next class we may talk about breeding of sheep and goat, or we may go to the digestive system of sheep and goat. আমরা যে কোনো একটা নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। Now I said in the previous class to you that I will discuss about the previous semester. গত সেমিস্টার নিয়ে আমি কিছু আলোচনা করব to assist you in the midterm examination. But today I am not going to discuss about the previous semester because we have academic council very soon. সম্ভবত মঙ্গলবারে academic council আছে। From therein যে ডিসিশনটা আমরা পাবো, যদি অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট আকারে মিড টার্ম হয়ে যায় তাহলে তো আসলে তোমাদের মিড টার্মের জন্য আর আমার এখন দেখানোর প্রয়োজন নেই। আর অন্য কোনো উপায়ে দেখালে, শর্ট কোশ্চেন হলে আসলে এক ধরনের তোমাদের দিতে হবে, সাজেশন দিতে হবে, আবার একটু ব্রড টাইপ কোশ্চেন হলে অন্য ধরনের সাজেশন দিতে হবে, ফিল ইন দ্য গ্যাপস হলে অন্য ধরনের সাজেশন দিতে হবে। দ্যাটস ওয়াই আই এম নট গোইং টু go for suggesting anything today. We will wait until the academic council. After that, immediately after that, I will provide you the suggestion or the way how to take preparation for this midterm. Midterm এর জন্য কিভাবে তোমরা প্রিপারেশন নিবা। So this is all about today's lecture, and if there is any question regarding today's lecture, you can ask me. Okay, so as there is no question and the time is already over, I would like to close here today's session. We will have our next class on next Wednesday. Till then, stay safe and blessed. Goodbye.